Hello, legends. It is your boy, Free to Play Soul. We're back with another Dragon Traveler Coliseum video. I do these whenever there's a new Colosseum. I go ahead and I drop a video over it, how we're doing it as free to play and pretty high ranking. We are rank 6 currently. This is going to change, I already know. One, with me making the video, and then two, just whenever they lock in and really like go for the seconds. We're ranked 6 in here at 338. I think it's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna toot my own horn and say I did pretty good. The person underneath us by 2 seconds. Well, real quick, we're 5.95 with the setup that we have equipped. Of course, theirs is probably going to be a bit lower, maybe a bit higher, depending on whenever they change their gear for their team. But the person behind us is actually 25 million. And fortunately for us, we're beating them for the time being, right? So this is how I'm basically going to explain everything to you on how to rank up high. First thing first is going to be the balance mode. You have to understand this to play this mode. You just have to understand it, right? What's going on. For the most part, your subclasses work, you're doing your work. The thing that's important here is like your class destiny does not work here. Your oath, your Harlequins, worm spells, artifact stats, stellar power, none of that works here, okay? What does work here is going to be your SSR and your UR gear equipped. Those stats are going to be inheritable. So gear does matter here, okay? Your substats do matter here. Luminaries with a red star or higher can inherit their own star level. That matters here, right? So whoever is the good unit here, if their star level is red or higher, you're going to do better here. It's going to cut off seconds because you're going to be able to start one-tapping things much, much easier. And then also the average level of their units, they're going to raise up to purple 6. So it can give a fair chance to everyone, right? The next thing we have to look at, it's going to be at the modifier. It's going to be Wildfire. So whenever any luminary inflicts ignite, also randomly inflicts chill or shock, and deals true damage equal to 100% of the attack, then greatly increase its magic damage, this effect cannot stack. What do we need to do? We need to be igniting off rip. It's going to do a whole bunch of damage. Also, what I would say, it says chill or shock. Chill and shock, what they both will do, they will deal 10% of the target's max HP. That's what all of them do, okay? But the big difference is the damage is capped at 300% of attack. Shock is capped at 900% of attack. So you want to get lucky with the shock as well. It's going to be a lot of RNG in this one. Colosseum's all about RNG. The game is, to be honest with you. So we want to hopefully we get shock. We can't control that. 50-50. We'll see. The other big thing, right? Our team is going to be Chiron. It's going to be V-Bird. And me personally, I like to run Sig. I'll show you the Sig tech. You don't always have to use her. Half the time, more like 90% of the time, you're only leaving in V-Bird here. But what we need to go over is going to be gear. Gear is going to be important. The luminary screen is going to be very, very important. Okay. I normally suggest, and I really just suggest only going attack, right? Because it's going to be consistent. You're going to know where you are, right? We were around 4 minutes and like 10 seconds, I think. 4 minutes and 10 seconds with just straight up attack gear. Fried was like a viewer of mine because I stream. You guys should check out the streams. He said, I decided to run crit rate and it actually shaved off like 9 seconds of my time. I said, really? I don't believe you. I'm not doing that. I said, I'm not doing that. I'm good. Because you don't get any of that crit rate from your Harlequins. Just the bare minimum crit rate from your gear is just not enough. That's 400. That's like nothing. But as someone who doesn't like to lose, I was like, you know what? If you can't beat them, you got to join them. So I tested it out. I pulled up my crit rate gear. I also, not only that, I rerolled some of the stats, not all of them, but some of them. We got crit damage on this one. We have 10 flat crit rate. It's not that good. For the bow, we have 30 crit, 5% attack, which is going to be really good, and 4% crit damage, which is going to be also really good because we want to be critting. It's going to be RNG, right? For the artifact, I really wish we had the Eagle portrait. But unfortunately, my account's cursed and I will never get that artifact, unfortunately. But we do have the crit damage here. And then for the boots, we have 4% attack, which is going to be good. Some 10 flat crit. And then we have more crit damage and more percentage of attack. So for your substats for Colosseums, you're going to want the crit rate or the crit, flat crit. It's not actual crit rate. You're going to want the crit rate. I'm going to say it anyways. You're going to want crit damage. And you're going to want to attack. Those 3 things are going to be very, very important. And then attack speed goes up whenever it's like a hunter, but we're talking about a mage right now. You also want to try to make sure you get to Resonance 17. And that means you O-ring all your gear. It needs to be red. It can't be yellow. Go for the substats. I understand you may not have enough gear, but if you do, this is what I recommend. This is what I'm running. So highly recommend try the crit rate set. If you don't have it, stick with the attack set. I don't really recommend anything else in between. Maybe you could try going the crit damage set without any crit rate. See how that goes. At the end of the day, me stacking on 1,000 crit chance and me stacking on 200 crit chance, if both crit, they're both going to do the same amount of damage. So it just makes the RNG more favorable in my favor. So realistically, if you were having only crit damage gear on and you crit and I crit, you're going to do more damage, even if I have times 10 the amount of crit chance. So it just depends on how many times you want to go at it. You get 50 attempts a day, so it's up to you. Also, I highly recommend the Last Whisper. There is another weapon. It's going to be called the Touch of the Undying Flame. I highly recommend the penetration that you're going to get, the ignore the target's magical defense. I highly recommend that one. Overall, it's going to do more damage, but it's up to you. Let's say you have better substats on your Touch of Undying Flame, or you just believe it's going to do more damage. I don't mind it. Go ahead and rock it. And for the gear, I recommend crit chance. If you don't have that, I recommend going either just all attack. If you really want to go, if you think you have crazy luck, just do a full set of crit damage gear. Have some high crit chance on your gear and see what happens. Now that we have the whole gear figured out, subclass. So for me, Wizard was just doing more for me than Elementalist. Elementalist will do more damage once a debuff is inflicted. So, I mean, it's easy because you're going to be igniting. That's the whole point of running this character. But for some reason, just that the additional damage equal to 35% of my attack was not doing more than 14% from my overdrive. So, and I have a maxed out Elementalist as well. I don't know if it's just I'm not paying attention whenever it's RNG critting or not. It's up to you. I'd only recommend running the Elementalist or the Wizard. Rune Mage also seems interesting, but I highly just recommend Wizard and Elementalist. If you have the skin, you will gain 2% attack. I don't know if skins work. They don't say anything about skins, but you don't have to have it equipped for it to be proccing. You just have to have it unlocked. And then for the Relic, I don't know if I missed that either, but I have my maxed out Relic on her. And then we go into how to do the Colosseum, right? So for all the new people that have not done Colosseum yet, this is how I go about it. For most majority of these Colosseums, you're going to be running a Chiron and then your DPS. The Chiron has a battle bond, so it's going to give you more damage output. So the way you go about it, you're going to hurry up and spam this. The moment you can, you're going to swap your mage in. We didn't one shot. This is bad. We're just going to restart. I didn't even one shot. We're going to go back at it again. That's fine. And then so there you can either leave in your SIG or you're going to have your V-Bird. And then again, sometimes I like running a SIG. Sometimes I don't throw in the SIG. It just depends on what the matchup is. This is how I go about mine. You have your Chiron. You hurry up and swap V-Bird back in. See, we did not one tap there. We didn't one tap there either. It's a little slow. It's like a little slow. Like if we can just one tap there, maybe we can get to 9 seconds and that'll cut off a whole second. And so we swap again. Yeah, that was just a lot worse. See, that was another additive second. And so basically it's just that. It's just rinse and repeat on all the missions. This is what you're going to be doing. Oh, and you just have to hope that you one tap. You see how it went from like 10 to 11 to 13? It's all going to be RNG. See, that was really bad. She got the whole jump off. And then it's just rinse and repeat. And so now I got 12 seconds. You see, I don't understand. You just have to get lucky with all the interactions. Okay. And then we got 9 seconds. You see? So we averaged from somewhere from 9 to 13 seconds, just doing the same exact team, just hitting replay over and over and over. You will eventually get a lower score if you give it time. That's all you got to do. Especially if your gear is not as developed in the crit chance. 9 seconds was our best time. The best time in the server by Love was 8 seconds. So that tells me that we did pretty good. For the most part, we're averaging around what we have 9, 10, 11, 9. We have a 13, a 14, a 12, a couple of 12s here. But for the most part, it's anywhere from like 9 to 11. And then we have some oddballs that we got to go over and just keep retrying to get that number lower. And then hopefully our ranking can go. Oh, I don't know, Chad. I don't know. But again, this is where we are as free to play in the Colosseum. We are top 6. I'm going to cry once I release this video because we're not going to be top 6 for much longer. But that's where we are as free to play. I hope this video helps you. Leave a like, a subscribe, comment down below, please. Let me know if this is helping you. If you need, if you have any tips or tricks on of your own, let us know. Yeah, just like subscribe to me though. Tell me if your score is better than mine if you are free to play. I don't care about you $1 Fenrir's out there, but I will see you guys in the next video. So peace out.